Welcome back to another episode of Review and Breakdown of the Book of Boba Fett. Today we are talking about episode 3, which just dropped on Disney+. And I gotta be honest, I'm definitely a little disappointed with this episode because it definitely feels on the same level of the first episode of the season, where it's a good episode, but it's like there's nothing huge or exciting going on here. Like, no big reveals, no exciting story progressions or character development. There's just like, there's a lot that happens in this episode, but there's not like anything huge and exciting that gets me invested in the series. Episode 2 was great, I loved it, but episode 3 just seems to continue the trend from episode 1, which could possibly be because of the direction. Robert Rodriguez directed the first episode and the third episode, so that could have something to do with it, or I don't know, maybe it's something else. I'm not really sure the reason, but I just, that's how I feel. That's just my opinion. It's just like off to a slow start, and especially considering that we're 3 episodes in. There's 8 episodes in the season, so we're a little under halfway through the series. I mean, you'd think we'd have more going on here, like more exciting stuff, more exciting reveals, but there's just not. But anyways, guys, little quick rant over. We're going to go still ahead and break down today's episodes. Of course, quick spoiler warning if you've not yet seen this episode. And without further ado, let's jump into this and break down the Book of Boba Fett, episode 3 on Disney+. So the episode starts with Boba Fett and Fennec Shand actually going and kind of getting sent on a wild goose chase here by this guy that says, like, oh, there's these really nasty people out there who are causing chaos in the streets and all this stuff, so I need your help to go get them. Turns out this guy's a scammer and he just wanted his money back, so Boba and Fennec actually end up saving these people who are actually cyborgs, and they're actually getting recruited now by Boba to become a part of their squad. So now they have work, and they're basically going to become bodyguards for Boba and Fennec, which I thought was pretty cool. I thought they were nice additions to this episode and this series, and I'm excited to see more of them going forward. But after this is where we get back to our flashbacks. Boba Fett gets back in the back of the tank, and we get some more flashbacks. And I was kind of surprised to see the flashbacks take a backseat in this episode, because in the first 2 episodes, the flashbacks were the majority of those episodes. This one, it's like maybe like 5-10 minutes, and then we're back to present day, which isn't a bad thing because, they kind of need to give more of a spotlight to present day. But also, I do really wish we got more of the flashbacks, because that's what I'm more invested in when it comes to emotion and just the character of Boba Fett at the time of his life. But anyway, he goes back in the back of the tank, we get some more flashbacks, and Boba goes to collect the protection money from the Pike Syndicate, but turns out the Nikto gang already got there first and already made them pay. So, of course, Boba isn't too happy about this, but he decides to go return back home to the Tusken village, but when he gets there, the whole village is burned down. Everybody's dead. You see the leader dead, the lady warrior that was training him, even the child. Oh, it's just so heartbreaking. I had a feeling this would happen. I'm kind of surprised it happened so soon in the series, already in episode 3. But yeah, he lost the Tuskens, and it was a really sad moment. And you can see the spray-painted graffiti of the Nikto logo as we saw them doing back in episode 1. So that there was just like really tragic and really heartbreaking, but then all of a sudden we go back to present day. That's all we get for flashbacks in this episode, and when he wakes up in the back of the tank, we actually have Black Krrsantan, of course, the dark, evil gladiator bounty hunter Wookiee who was introduced last week. He's a character from the Marvel Comics Star Wars series, comic series. I did a video on him last week, so if you don't know anything about him, then definitely check out that quick video. But he full-on grabs Boba Fett and rips him out of the back of the tank, and we just get this crazy action sequence, just seeing how brutal Black Krrsantan is. I thought that was really cool, getting to see him actually in action here, and he actually ends up almost killing Boba Fett until the cyborgs end up showing up and save him, and they actually trap him down in the Rancor pit, which of course at this point in time we know there is no Rancor down there due to last week's episode, but still cool at least to have like a big dungeon and everything. So they were able to defeat Black Krrsantan, and this is when the Hutt twins actually arrive, because of course they're the ones that sent Black Krrsantan to come kill Boba Fett. And this was another thing I was kind of surprised by, is like how the Hutts just give up so easily. Like they just apologize and they're like, yeah, we're the ones that sent him. And then they provide the gift of a new Rancor, which I thought was a really cool addition that I'm excited to see more of in this series. And they're going back to Hutt, and so they're just leaving, and they warn Boba about the mayor. So again, the mayor is being set up to be this big villain here. So we're going to continue to see that play out. And also the Hutts kind of gift Black Krrsantan to Boba as well. But Boba's like, nah, you can go free. So they unleash him. And it was kind of funny, but also like stupid at the same time. Like when they unleashed him, like he just started like running away. And it almost looked like a toddler running. Like like he's such a cool, badass warrior character. So to see him doing that was just so ridiculous and funny. Would have been a lot cooler if he just like slowly walked away, like really coolly, maybe like looked back and had a quick glance or something. But no, instead he just toddler runs, which again was hilarious, but didn't really work with the character. But then this is where we get to probably my favorite part of the episode with all the Rancor stuff, because we have Danny Trejo in here as the Rancor Trainer, and he reveals a bit of information about it, like for example, it's a calf, and for some reason this Rancor is depressed, so it's always sleeping and stuff, and Boba says, I want to ride it, and that's so awesome. Just imagine, I guarantee at some point in the series we're going to be seeing him ride a Rancor through Mos Espa, and that is going to be the thing that really strikes fear into the hearts of the citizens and like finally realize like, oh, this guy's a big deal. But of course, meanwhile, as he was working with the Rancor there, Fennec Shand was trying to set up an appointment with the mayor because they now know that, you know, the mayor is like this big, huge threat and everything. So they want to set up an appointment with him, but supposedly he's busy. And Boba's like, nah, I'm not waiting for an appointment. So they just go straight to the mayor's headquarters, palace, whatever you want to call it. And he's not there. So they kind of attack the mayor's major domo, and he tries to escape. So then we get this crazy speeder bike chase, which again was also really weird because it felt like really slow. Like it looked like the speeder bikes were going really, really super slow, which was kind of like no tension, like super anticlimactic. And by the end of it, of course, they just, you know, they catch him. And it was even funnier how after the cyborgs catch the Master Domo, how Boba flies in with his jetpack. So it's like, I mean, if he had his jetpack, he could have caught him a lot quicker. But alright, whatever, just, you know, dip in style, I guess. But this then is like the big kind of reveal at the end of the episode where he says that the mayor is working with the Pikes and it's time for war. So of course the Pikes are the ones that Boba was fighting in last week's episode during the flashbacks, and at the beginning of this episode they appeared in the flashbacks as well, where the Nikto were providing protection for them. So maybe they're all working together still present day. I don't exactly know for sure. Again, this is kind of a big reveal, but at the same time doesn't really get me like super excited or anything. But yeah, Book of Boba Fett episode 3, that was it. It was an okay episode. I'm hoping things get better next week. I'm excited to see things kind of step up and get going into this story here, because we still don't really even know like what exactly is going on with the story of the show, but I'm definitely excited to find out. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about episode 3 of the Book of Boba Fett, and do you have any thoughts, theories, or predictions for episode 4 of this series? But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep it up to date on everything goes on in the Star Wars life.